See, this is what this is. I want you to pay attention here.
Let's get back in the video. Pause.
Well, no,
I want nothing.
I will back it up. I want you to pay attention here because I want you to know. I want you to concentrate on the fact that Anna, her number one issue is criminal justice reform. Okay. How imagine in your mind an innocent black man on the fucking accused of a crime going into a court. And the judge is saying, it's okay if you call the people that defendants victims, okay? Victims of this innocent black man, okay? That's the situation that Ana Kasparian is advocating for here, okay? That's what's insane.
Well, Adam, the way that works is before the start of the clip, they turn her bun clockwise, and then it slowly winds down with this stuff she's supposed to say.
Listen, if it's your number one fucking issue, shouldn't you know the issue? Isn't it like basically
right? Well,
incompetence here?
Her number one issue is herself and getting paid.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, and her number two issue, Kurt. Her number two issue.
Now you forget, Kyle is an evil white man who's racist. He's part of the out group. Okay, he doesn't get any good criminal justice reform.
I just want someone to. I want someone to shake her. I want someone to say, "Listen, Anna, tell me, how would you feel about someone using this term victim with an innocent black man? What is that okay? Is that okay?"
I saw on video that Kyle Rittenhouse murdered those protesters. It's different.
Of direct quote, defense attorney. Demonize them if you want to, if you think it will win points with the jury. That is a direct quote from the judge. He believes that the word victims, even though the individuals who are now dead died as a result of someone opening fire and killing them, calling them victims is
prejudicial.
Yes, exactly.
But it's not just that. He called it literally. Calling them a victim is a loaded term. Okay, but wait. So calling the victims who are dead and indisputably victims, the actual term is loaded.
See, this is what's ridiculous because it's not in this. It is in this. The whole trial is a dispute over whether or not they're victims. Cenk also, I want to point out, is a fucking attorney. Okay, he's been to law school. Yes,
he is.
Yes,
but calling them rioters, even presented any evidence that they were rioters, is not loaded. Calling them arsonists. And there's not a
like 5 seconds of research could have fixed this. The judge literally says, if you can show evidence and proof at the trial that they were rioting, then you can call them rioters.
There is evidence of the first guy that he shot with pushing the dumpster around with the fire in it.
And it's even worse because not only is there evidence of it, but Kyle witnessed them being arsonists too.
Yes.
On top of that. So it's very relevant.
Waving his gun at them, he was putting out a fire. This moron started. Yeah. But try to explain. Like I said, I didn't know he was an attorney, but this is like, you can see him like making up the propaganda as they go. This moron, Anna can't even say prejudicial, and then Cenk here, you can see him like trying to find reasons why. It reminds me of being a little kid in Jehovah's Witnesses and saying the things I knew the adults wanted to hear. Like in a little presentation.
Right.
Like,
dude,
they look like that.
Sitch, how much work do you think? Because I listened to this trial and I didn't know this was a hot topic, but evidently it is in various legal circles about whether or not they can use victim. They use victim in all of the paperwork and stuff, and the prosecuting attorney was super chapped that the judge wasn't letting them use victim. They use it all the time. How much work do you think just using that word victim does in prejudicing the jury? It seems like a lot to me.
Sure, it does a lot of work, but it's weird because he said that most other judges allow it.
I know. That's what was insane to me.
Is that true?
Strange. Yeah, well, that's what the judge said. He said most other judges, at least in the state, allow them to call them victims.
Yeah, which is totally prejudicial.
Yeah, well, that's our amazing system.
Well, that's what this is why I lost my shit when I saw this video, because Ana Kasparian should know this. Like, you can't say justice reform is your number two issue if you don't know this shit.
Right.
I think they do. I think it's like the believe women thing was a big thing. You know, I got in trouble because I was like, don't handle this online. It's kind of crazy to do that. And this is a thing that was coming out of the colleges is like, well, because it's really hard to prove, we shouldn't have to. You know, the Title IX thing at colleges that Betsy DeVos got rid of. God bless her, because it was evil. They took a.
This is why justice reform became her issue. It had something to do with Me Too.
No. Justice reform in their heads is to not be fair. I mean, it's the same as anti-racism is to be discriminatory against. Right. They think that. I mean, I think they're completely insincere, but that's the movement. Plus, there's the whole longer narrative that no one was rioting. There is nobody. There's no such thing as Antifa. It's just an idea. So, the accumulation
but Kurt, even if you take it on their grounds, I think it's safe to assume that Anna is interested in justice reform because she sees the disparity between whites and blacks in prisons. I think you could probably trace some of that disparity if there's innocent people in jail to just using the word victim. Using the word victim in the court.
She and the other very left people only look at it like oppressed versus oppressor. So Kyle is a white male who's privileged with a gun. So he's the oppressor automatically.
Oh, I got you.
Don't. That's why I was saying they're like not believing victims is what caused it. I'm like, whoa, we just skipped ahead. We haven't established who's a victim.
Oh, I got you. I see what you're saying.
You see that principle of like, so that's the thing that's been ongoing.
I got you. So to them, they're like, of course we can use victim because obviously we already know he's guilty, right? I mean, we don't need to have the trial here. The judge actually, did you catch that? Such a judge actually says that in here. Like, do we need to have a trial? Is there like the prosecution was talking like,
There's a clip that we'll show on Tuesday where the state attorney says something like, I don't think it's ever justified for a person with a gun to shoot an unarmed person, and the judge lost his fucking mind.
Yes, he does.
Are you serious? Is it why we have this trial then? What are we doing here? Should I just rule summarily in your favor? And it was really hilarious.
It is hilarious. Yeah, the judge was just fucking eye rolls for days.
He was the
prosecutor. The prosecutor should know that that's not the law too, right?
That's why the judge flipped out, because he was like, "How are you saying this?"
Yeah. There's lots of this prosecutor. This is such a blindly political case, and
obviously,
I wonder if the prosecutor brought it for his own egomaniacal career objectives, or if somebody above.
Well, I'm
him.
sure he was instructed to.
Remember Dennis Nifong, the guy that with the Duke lacrosse players that hit all that, and I've people I know that work in in legal stuff. That's how it works. The district attorneys 9 times out of 10 are trying to get elected. So if you're a victim of something, my ex-girlfriend sat on a jury in New York for a rape case, and she was appalled at how it worked.
Oh,
and
man.
The attorneys, they're trying to be a star while they do it. And there's so many you find so many examples of it. With the Gotti case, the woman got an informant killed because the FBI was like, please don't bring this out, but she was making a name for herself, and they made a TV movie about her starring Lorraine Bracco. She just got some informant killed because she couldn't just help because they have to get elected. So the system's terrible. I mean, it really is bad.
The prosecutors have to get elected?
They're the district attorney.
Right. Okay. Those are the district attorneys. Is that not a prosecutor? I think
that's
it is.
Right?
Yeah.
Harvey Dent has to get elected. Yes.
All right.
Yeah, Harvey Dent.
So let's hear.
The shred of evidence.
Yeah, go ahead.
Started any fires is not loaded. Calling them looters when you don't even have any evidence of that is not loaded. Nah. Look.
Demonize them if you want, if you think it will win points with the jury, is what the judge said to the defense attorney here. So who's on trial? Is it the 17-year-old who crossed state lines with an illegal gun and then proceeded to shoot 3 people, killing 2 of them? Or are the 2 victims who have died on trial? The other individual who was shot and suffered serious injuries, that person's on trial?
This is so weird because those people were attackers. Of course they're on trial, you idiot.
Who's on trial here? I want to know.
They're not technically on trial. I mean, Kyle's the one on trial here.
Well, they are on trial in the fact that whether or not it's self-defense, they attacked him and defining them as attackers is what
Right,
makes the
right.
self-defense work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And again, this could have all been. They couldn't have to make this video if they had done 5 seconds of research. The judge literally says 10 seconds after the line that she keeps reading about demonize that if you think you have evidence to prove it, you can call Kyle Rittenhouse a stone-blooded killer. Okay, but
They don't want
Anna's
the
not going to
evidence.
read that line from the judge.
It's the evidence is a problem. That's why they don't play the tape.
Yeah,
If something had happened where they had cops doing something, they'd be playing it nonstop while they
Right.
talk. If it's all narrative, and that's like considered, they think they're journalists. These two, that's
I
what
know,
they think
it's
they
ridiculous.
I think your watch together is going through your speakers or something.
My what?
Kurt. I think the watch together room is going through your speakers, Kurt. I think that's why I'm
Oh,
getting
how
a
do I
thing.
fix it?
I don't know if you can fix it on your end, but I'll just mute you and ask to unmute and just unmute yourself when you want to
Okay.
call in. So
Do you have headphones? I mean, that would.
I'm
yeah,
wearing
but
headphones, yeah.
I have had the show going through my headphones and the video going through my speakers unless I set it up
Yeah.
correctly. So that's probably going on over there.
On Kyle's show, it's a constant problem when he plays something and then it starts.
Oh, really?
Right.
We'll do a call and I'll help you fix it later, Kurt. So you don't have, so you can do Kyle's show.
Yeah, if you know how to fix it, that would be very helpful.
Yes. So let's continue.
So if I was the parents of the victims who are dead because Kyle Rittenhouse murdered them, and this judge says you're not allowed to call your dead kids victims. We have to, but you are allowed to call them all sorts of names, and they're not here to defend themselves because they're already dead, but they're not victims. But so smear them all you want.
Just to be clear, the judge didn't say the parents can't refer to their children as victims. He said the lawyer, the state attorney,
Yes.
can't.
Oh yeah, I know.
refer to them as
This
victims.
is crazy gaslighting going on here.
But don't ever have sympathy for them. So I don't know Schroeder. Of course, I don't know him in real life. He's a circuit judge. But this is so preposterous, so biased, that it would be shocking if it wasn't a deeply racist right-winger. Oh, Black Lives Matter protests. I mean, aren't they all arsonists and rioters and looters? No matter what the race of the people
know.
who were killed
Don't
were.
pause.
I
Let
mean,
me
he went
get
to go
to the
shoot
end.
black people. They're not victims. Victims? No. If you murder them, you know what happens? The right wing gives you millions of dollars. That's literal. Kyle Rittenhouse murdered these people, and the right wing started like a GoFundMe page or whatever and raised millions for him. They're like, oh, you went to go kill black people, and then at that Black Lives Matter protest, you murdered a couple of people.
See, I can't go any further. I have to pause.
Right.
This is just insane the way that he's categorizing this, because people donating to the GoFundMe watch the video. They don't want to see an innocent kid, basically mob gangs strung up for something he didn't do.
They don't want to
literally
see
just-
Kyle be lynched for
Yeah,
defending himself.
they don't want to see a lynching for just a kid simply defending himself. And Jank has the gall to recast that as racist. It's so disgusting. It's so
You
sickening.
want to hear a great jank? We might have already heard this, but this is like when Jimmy was there. They were like a Howard Stern kind of thing, almost like we break the rules. But so Jank, remember the union, his employees, because they suck. We're talking about a union, and Jimmy's like, "Why are you like, what?" And maybe it's about another union issue, and he goes, "Hey, Jimmy, I'm not a union guy." Like,
a very good leftist, but he's not
Yeah, right.
pro-union. You're right.
The also casting the judge as biased totally triggers the shit
no,
out
not
of
just
me.
biased. He casts the judge as racist.
yeah, a white
Yes.
supremacist.
Yes, that's fucking like based on reading one line out of context. Shank feels that he has the validity to go on his audience of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, and declare a judge racist.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit.
Yes.
What a total piece of shit Shank is.
Yeah.
It's
I think
sickening.